Hey guys, and today I'm going to show you guys how to use the move trigger. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is select the objects you want to move. Click Edit Group, Next Free, and Add. What this does is it gives the selected objects, it puts the selected objects into one whole group. I can't really explain it that well, but whatever. I'm also going to change this to platformer. You don't have to, I'm just doing it. Okay, so now grab your move trigger. It should be the third trigger that comes up when you click the trigger tab. So get your move trigger, place it wherever you want. So when the player touches this the line around the trigger, the trigger is going to activate. So now that you have your move trigger, select it and click Edit Object. Now this is where the important stuff is coming. First of all, target group ID should be set to the same exact group you set your objects on. For example, I set the blocks to group 1, so I'm changing target group ID to 1. Now let's move on to the X and Y axis. If you don't know, the X axis is left and right, and Y axis is up and down. So if I put move X to a positive number other than 0, it's going to move right. But if I put it to a negative number, it's going to move left. If I put the move Y to a positive number, it's going to move up. If I put it to a negative number, it's going to move down. So I want my blocks to move up so the cube can fit through. So I'm going to change move Y to 10. Since one block is 10 spaces, the objects will move up one block, and the cube will be able to fit right through. Now, the move time. The move time is pretty straightforward. It's just how long the objects move from place to place. I'm going to set this to 1.5 seconds. Yeah, 1.5. Now the easing. The easing is cool. It basically makes your objects move, like, let's say, differently. If I keep it at none, the object's gonna move like this. But if I put it to another easing, like exponential in out, I'm just doing exponential in out, it's gonna move like that. There are plenty of other easings, but I'm doing exponentially now. Now the final thing we're going to look at today is the touch trigger button in the bottom right corner. So basically what the touch trigger does is the trigger is only activated when the player touches the circle part of the trigger, like this part right here. If you're doing platformer mode, I highly recommend this, but if you're doing classic mode, it doesn't really matter too much, except for like coins and stuff. So I'm enabling touch trigger. This will remove the lines that came from the top and bottom of the trigger, and instead you will see this little box. When you touch this box, the trigger's gonna activate. I'm just gonna warp this and move it over to the blocks. This way the trigger will be activated when I touch the blocks. And yeah, that's all you really need to know about the move trigger. So bye guys, and have a good day.